Alright guys, in this session today we're going to take a look at multiplication of rational numbers. So this is section 7.4, multiplication of rational numbers, which really is just multiplying of fractions. Yeah, remember rational numbers are fractions. And of course we're not going to just leave it at 2/3 times 1/4. We're going to add in mixed numbers, negatives, and your favorite, adding variables to it, such as the one you see here, negative 6x over 5 times 10. So here we go. What are our steps that we want to follow today when we're working with our problems? No matter which type of problem you have, your first step is always to look at and see if you can change any mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay? So when you multiply, we're not looking for a common denominator anymore. Okay? We want to change, if you have a mixed number, you want to change it to an improper fraction. Secondly, and this step you can skip is what I meant to say there. You can skip this step, number 2, if you want. My suggestion is to simplify on the diagonal or cross cancel. Now you can simplify up and down within a fraction or on the diagonal. Now you don't have to do that, but if you don't, your numbers are going to be very, very big. So we always encourage you simplifying on the diagonal or up and down within the same fraction. So once you have that done, then you want to multiply your numerators and multiply your denominators, and then finally, of course, you want to simplify your answer. Okay? So we're going to take a look at some examples to see what this looks like. Make sure you have this written down. Before you move on, you may need to pause. All right, example number 1. Negative 2/3 times 8/9. So first step would be to change anything that's a mixed number to improper. Well, we don't have any mixed numbers here. So our next step is to look diagonally and see if there's anything that we can cross cancel with. 3 or 8? Nope. 2 or 9? Nope, they don't have anything in common. So the next step is to multiply just going straight across. And remember, your negative goes with the numerator. Okay? So negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. And then 3 times 9 is 27. And that is it on that answer. You cannot you can't simplify that anymore. Okay? But one thing we probably should review for a second here is multiplication of integers. Remembering when you're multiplying two integers that are the same sign, both positives or both negatives, your answer is positive. And if you have one of each sign, then your answer will always be negative, which is why in this example, negative 2 times 8, one of each sign, the answer is negative. Okay? All right, let's take a look at when we have mixed numbers. Example number 2. 1 2/5 times a negative 2 2/7. Okay? So I want you to pause here and see if you can do this one. I want you to change to improper fractions, simplify on the diagonal, and then do your multiplication. All right, how'd you do with that? Let's look at changing them to improper fractions. So 5 times 1 plus 2, 7/5, times by 7. Now remember, watch out here with the negative. The negative does not count, okay? And it just kind of falls into the rewrite and goes into the numerator. So you're not taking 7 times negative 2. No, the negative just follows along into the problem still. We're not ready for that negative yet. So 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Carry the negative down, okay? Next step, simplify on the diagonal. Do you see anything diagonally that you can simplify? Yes, the 7s. So you can divide by 7 there and get 1 on both sides. And then you can't simplify with the negative 16 and the 5, so you just multiply your numerators. 1 times negative 16, and 5 times 1 is 5. And of course, you need to just bring that negative down into your answer, and then table. Okay, so 16 divided by 5. Remember, top number inside, bottom number outside. 5 does not go into 1, but it goes into 16 3 times. 3 times 15 is, 3 times 5 is 15, so there's 1 left over. And just remember that there, that is 3, oops, not working there, 3 1/5, okay? So that's their 3 1/5, okay? And the negative sign tagged along. All right. Let's take a look at an example where we have some variables. All right, so there's our problem there. 7x over 3 times 6 over 35. Okay? Same idea. Do you have any mixed numbers you can make improper? No. Next step, can we simplify on the diagonal? Yes, you can. with the 7 and the 35 by dividing by 7, right? So that leaves us with 1 on the top, and a 1x, by the way. The x just tags along, right? We're only simplifying the numbers. And then here we can, 35 divided by 7 is 5. And with the 3 and the 6, yeah, divide by 3. You get 1, and then divide by 3 there, and you get 2. So on the top, you're multiplying 1x times 2, and on the bottom, 1 times 5, which is 5. And that's it. Can't simplify it because you don't know what x is, so that's your answer. Okay? How you doing so far? Pretty good? It's not so bad. I want you to try this one. Let's see how you do with this one. Yeah, this is the one from the front page. Negative 6 over 5 times 10. Pause the video and see what you come up with. All right, how'd you do there? That negative goes in the numerator. Negative 6x over 5 times 10 over 1. Hopefully remember to put that as a fraction. Now, can you cross cancel? Yeah, with the 5 and the 10 for sure. Divide by 5, and now multiply your numerators. 6x times 2 is negative 12x, and 1 times 1 is 1. And negative 12x over 1 is the same as negative 12x. Did you get it? All right, not bad, people. Not bad. Here we go. All right, one more last thing to look at today. We want to see if we can now take our decimals, write them as a fraction, and then multiply, because when you have repeating decimals, it's often hard to multiply repeating decimals. So here we go. Here's our two decimals, 0.25 and 0.6. So this goes back to section 7.3, okay, and 7.1 and 7.2, and even last chapter. Let's write these decimals as a fraction. So 0.25 terminates. We want to use the place value. So that's 25 over 100. And the 6 repeating, what do we put that over? Yeah, 9. So 6/9. So that's what you're multiplying. And you can already see we're going to try to do some cross-canceling. Now you could say divide by 2 here, but still gives us some big numbers. So maybe we look at it a little differently. 25 hundredths times 6/9. That 25 hundredths is really the same thing as 1/4, right? There you go. Times 6/9, a little easier. You can cross-cancel here with 2's. And then you get 3 over 18, and of course simplify that by dividing by 3. And you get 1/6. Okay? So multiplying with fractions, a lot of the same stuff when they're all numbers. It's just that sometimes you have a variable or negative numbers. All right? Here's your mastery. Okay? When you solve this, save this for tomorrow. It's one of the things I check tomorrow. Okay? Before you can get your work. So negative 5 over 6a times 6 over 15. Good luck. Remember to cross cancel there and multiply and then simplify your answer. Good luck.